Hi, this is Lara here, medical herbalist from Dr. Claire's clinic. Just touching in and saying hello. We're just heading into Christmas. It's December here and it's actually quite mild. It's been quite frosty, but it's milder today, so it's actually really nice. So I'm here in my garden because I thought I might show you maybe a couple of plants that are still available to us. I because there's a cold and flu season at the moment, there's a lot of things going around, so I thought I'd chat to you about kind of my 5 tips to kind of keep in mind with the cold and flu season. So my first tip is to slow down a bit, rest and recuperate, stay warm in bed, make sure you get a good night's sleep. So you know um, you know make the environment in your bedroom in that way that you have a good night's sleep as much as possible, and stay warm. So that can sometimes help sweat out things that are affecting us. So that's one tip. And obviously, if you're feeling under the weather, it might be good to slow down a little bit just in your daily things. So this obviously depends on your energy levels and how sick you are, but just to slow down. Sometimes we're driving around in fifth gear all the time, and to go down to fourth or even third or second gear, just to kind of allow your body to the time to focus on the task at hand, like making you better. So that's my tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to eat warm foods. So this is soup, stews, casseroles, bone broths if you eat meat, and they're kind of warm. They're warm foods that you can add herbs into that. So you can add, from memory, I'd say most, if not all, the herbs you find in your kitchen cabinet have some anti-infective properties. So, I have some here in my garden. So here's rosemary. So still vibrant and still available to us, and that's very nice for adding to stews. It's obviously very nice with the lamb, most commonly recognized with lamb or roast potatoes. But you can make little knippets and stick that in the pot, and then take it out when the herbs have infused into the soup or whatever you're making, casserole. Or you can leave them in. Sometimes I leave them in like in a soup format, and then I just grind up the soup and grind up the rosemary with it. But it's still available to us and still kind of looking good, so, and still amazingly fragrant. So that's the rosemary. So that can be used in soups and stews and casseroles. Another herb that can be, here's a little unicorn, but another herb that can be used is thyme. So there's many varieties of thyme. You can use any of them. But Thymus vulgaris is the Latin name for the one, and its common thyme is the one we most commonly use in herbal medicine. But that can also be used in stews and casseroles and soups and things, and very nice. Again, you can make knippets or just chop it up finely to add it to the soups and stews. So that's a nice one to have at hand as well. So so the warm food is my tip number 2. My tip number 3 is inhalations. Can be really handy for kind of clearing the sinuses and shifting things and moving things if your nose is blocked. Thyme and rosemary can both be used into that. So you can again just stick them into a pot. You can also use essential oils, but obviously that will be much stronger. So you need only just the 1 drop of, for example, eucalyptus into that. And then you pour boiling water into a bowl, and obviously mind that you don't hit off the bowl so it doesn't tipple over you, but you then stick a towel over your head and inhale nicely to kind of inhale those aromatic oils that can help to clear and have a bit of anti-infective properties. So the other thing that can be used in this is lemon balm. So I still have some lemon balm here, and that's also smelling very fragrant. So that's very lemony. It has a very distinctive flavor, smell and flavor that can be used in teas as well, and that can be used in cooking as well. So that's a nice one to know about. The other one that's commonly used for that would be lavender. I have still a little bit of lavender here, but it's obviously, you know, kind of a little bit tired looking, and it's not as fragrant as it would be in the summer, and obviously the flowers are gone. So, you know, I probably at this time I would use it in essential oil form. So yeah, that's the lavender there. And finally, the other one that I would use in this context is sage. So sage is also very aromatic. So you can see that, you know, and again, it's looking a bit worse for wear at this time of the year, but it jumps into action in the summer, but it still smells quite fragrant. And, you know, I would still use leaves of this that, you know, the kind of better looking leaves. You can use those. Yeah, so that's good for inhalations and obviously cooking, you know, turkey stuffing, you know, or, you know, yeah, it can be used in a variety of ways. Yeah, so that's my tip number 3. And then tip number 4 would be vitamin C. So I would say for most people, kind of 2,000 milligrams per day is sufficient. And take that until you're feeling better. And then final tip would be herbal teas, obviously. So again, you can use all those herbs that we've spoken about: the rosemary, the thyme, the lemon balm, the lavender, the sage, and just use like 2 or 3 leaves per cup, maybe 3 or 4, and then yeah, about 1 teaspoon per cup or so. And then, you know, another one that I have here is oregano. Again, that's looking pretty shell shock after the frost, but there is still a little bit of leaves there that can be used as well. You know, and obviously chamomile can be helpful, peppermint, the more kind of readily available herbs. And then there's a whole wide range of other plants that can be used as well. But these are all good ones to know about. And as I say, they're kind of still somewhat available. You know, like the oregano down here is looking pretty good. You know, so good to know about these plants that we can. And if you don't have a garden and you don't grow yourself, there's still possibilities of getting these. Again, they're found in most kitchen cabinets, but even if you just have a windowsill, these are good plants to grow next year, to kind of, if you want to get into the spirit of herbal growing. It can take off quite quickly. You kind of, it's great fun to do. So highly recommend it. Wishing you all the best, and hope you're keeping well wherever you are. And yeah, see you in the new year. Bye.